guys, welcome to another early Wonder Wednesday video. So if you caught my video from last week, you may have seen that I came on pretty early. I think I'm even earlier today at like a few minutes after 9. I'm still kind of trying out the new summer routine to see what works best as far as timing goes. I may be all over the place a little bit, or I may try to consistently do around this time. So if you could just bear with me as I'm figuring it out. So you saw up here where I posted that today's video is all about 6 components of any good weight loss program, weight loss coaching, that type of thing. These are the things that need to be addressed if you are going to successfully, sustainably, forever, permanently deal with weight loss. That means reaching the goal, and that means sticking to the goal and feeling like you're doing so in a way that you can maintain it. Just a little heads up that there's a little work going on in my house, so you may see some back and forth of people or hear some noise, so it's not as quiet as it usually is for us today. So let's talk about this. By the way, if you are here live, I'd love for you to say hi, and if you're watching the replay, if you can just say hi anyway and let me know that you're watching the replay so I can come back and comment after the fact. So the first thing that you need to look for in any successful weight loss program is some kind of component of discovery. And what I mean by discovery is I'm talking about your goals. So, you need to dive into what your goals are. What are you trying to achieve? But more than that, you need to do a little bit deeper work, and you need to get into why you want those goals, right? So you can come to me and you can say, Tara, I want to lose 20 pounds. And that's great, but I'm going to ask you why. Why 20 pounds? What will it mean when you get there? What does that 20 pounds represent to you? Typically, people will discover things like they are really dying to have more confidence. That's really a big thing. They might be procrastinating something, and they think that if they just wait for those 20 pounds, like, oh, when I lose 20 pounds, I'm going to go for that other job or whatever. There's usually something more to it than that. So we're going to get into why. And a big why. So a lot of times also, I work with a lot of women that are in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, and the big why a lot of times has to do with their family. So now all of a sudden they're noticing that their bodies aren't working quite the same way that they used to. They're noticing some symptoms that they hadn't had before, maybe some autoimmunity type things or signs of inflammation, and they don't like it. I'm in my mid-30s too, and certainly things are a little different than they were 10 years ago. And so now all of a sudden it's a different perspective. As a mom, it's like, wait, I really want to be healthy and around for a really long time for my kids. So there's this new motivation for me to be healthy, and a lot of times with healthy comes that desire for weight loss. Hi, whoever's joining. I can't see who it is, so if you could just say hi, I would love that. Okay, so we're talking about discovery being one of the components of any successful weight loss program. Someone needs to know why you want to reach that goal. I see a lot of times the weight loss industry, there's a lot of greed, there's a lot of surface level stuff, there's a lot of trying to fit every person into a cookie cutter program. There's a lot of good out there too, right? There's a lot of people trying to do the best and sharing information and all that, but it's just a sea of craziness out there. So it's nice to have somebody that can really take your hand and kind of clear all the clutter for you and just let you know what you need to know. So with the discovery needs to come your goals, why they are your goals, what's the bigger picture here, and how did things get here? So if you're in the space of wanting to lose weight, it's going to be totally worth it, I promise, to dig into a little bit about how you got here. So did you get here because you are constantly hungry? If so, then we might know that we need to discuss hormones a bit more. Did you get here because you are, let me put it this way. If you are overweight and gaining weight or maintaining a weight that is more than you would like it to be, then that means that you are overeating. You're eating more than the amount of fuel that your body is requiring. So we have to get into that. How did that happen? Why did that happen? And typically that means talking about why you've been using food to buffer some emotions. We've all done it. We do it sometimes. We do it all the time. We all lie in that spectrum somewhere. And so you can see where if we use food to buffer our emotions, a lot of times that will certainly lead us to be overweight. Sorry about the distractions. So we're going to get there. And along with that comes, and I need to tell you, and I always warn everybody, that once you start taking away that tool that your body has so cleverly put on, where you turn towards the food in order to buffer some of those emotions, you're going to have to start feeling the emotions, because it's not a permanent solution to remove one way of buffering your emotions and put on another. Let's say you stop overeating, but now you start over shopping or something like that. That's not going to be anything sustainable either. So we want to remove the buffering. We want to get real with ourselves and talk about why we wanted to numb those feelings in the first place and just allow ourselves to feel the emotions. The other part of the discovery is knowing the truth about exactly where you're at. So this might mean a trip to the doctor if you haven't been to the doctor in a while. Where's your blood work at? Let's be real. Do you have any sort of, fasting blood sugar problems? Is your blood pressure up? Maybe you have high cholesterol. Where are you actually at right now? And I'm not saying that I tell everybody that they have to do an entire, crazy thing before they start, but it is important to know where you're at because you're being honest with yourself and you've got a good baseline. Thank you for whoever just gave me a thumbs up. Thank you. I can't see you, but thank you. And all of your symptoms. So the other part of knowing the truth about where you're starting right now is being real with your symptoms and knowing that a lot of symptoms, even things that we don't think might be related to our nutrition or our lifestyle and our inflammation and all that, a lot of them really are. So just kind of keeping track of where your symptoms are at and getting a good, honest look at where you are. Okay, I will tell you, this is the most difficult part. We don't do all of this at once, and no successful weight loss program should do all of this at once, but we kind of do it bits and pieces as we work together. So today, guys, I'm telling you 6 components of any successful weight loss program, because whether or not you ever choose to work with me, I want you to still have these tools to be able to figure out another program maybe that would work for you. Maybe you and I will work together, maybe not, but these are all things that I incorporate into my program, and I'm telling you the reasons why I do that so that you have that information and you could do with that what you want. Okay, so that's the discovery portion. That's the first component. The second component of any successful weight loss program is going to be making your fuel work for you. So this is really the nutrition stuff. So we learn about nutrition and we also learn about how it affects your specific body, because everybody's body is different. So how do you know if your body's going to work in a very moderate approach, or maybe more paleo type lifestyle or more plant-based type lifestyle, that type of thing? Well, we're going to figure it out together. We will be taking lots of data from how you feel. I'm going to take into consideration what the food tastes like to you, because you shouldn't be eating anything that tastes like cardboard. So it should taste good. It should feel good in your body. It should propel you towards your goals. And you should really find a combination that works well for you, that gives you plenty of energy, so all of those things. So we go through, and that's why every body that I have is individualized. It's all individualized programming. So making your fuel work for you, it's kind of a simple concept, so I'm not spending too long on it, but we do spend a long time on, this is the nutrition. This is what everyone always tells me that they actually want. And we do so much more than it. But so we talk about protein and we talk about a little bit of the biochemistry, but just the stuff that you actually need to know. It's very user-friendly information. What do I need to know, Tara? How is this affecting my body? Why are you telling me to do this? What should I focus on? The program that I also do is a knowing and doing program. So it's not like you're just getting in the information and then I'm sending you off. We're practicing it together. I help you go through and we practice it together. So this way you're getting the practice. Practice makes permanent, and you become a wizard at this stuff when we're done working together. So the third component of making your finding a weight loss coach or program that works for you is making your hormones work for you. So hormones are really important, especially when we're talking about women. And sometimes this is the case if a lot of people say, I don't overeat, I'm barely eating anything and I don't know why I'm still gaining weight, or I can't lose the weight or whatever. A lot of times there's hormones at play. So let me put it this way. If you are overweight, according to you, if you're overweight or you are and gaining, or you're overweight and you're not able to lose weight, you are taking in more fuel than your body needs. I know I mentioned that already, but that is worth repeating. Now, people will say, but I'm barely eating anything, so how is that possible? Well, it might be that your metabolism is not revved up as much as it really could be. So I'm not saying that you're eating a lot. I'm just saying you're eating more than your body's requiring. So then we dig deeper. Well, why isn't your body requiring all that much food? There's going to be a little bit of differences between people. Some people are just going to have a higher metabolism, but typically it's a lot to do with your lifestyle, the types of foods that you're choosing, your activity level, all kinds of things like that. We go into the hormones because there is a lot that we can do to help your hormones work in your favor. So the 4 main hormones that we touch on are insulin, cortisol, ghrelin, and leptin. Maybe you've heard of them, maybe you've heard of some of them, but those are the ones that are really the biggest factors into your weight and your weight loss journey. So insulin will really affect us because insulin is a fat storage hormone. It's one of the reasons why if you're eating constantly all day long, it's going to be very hard to burn fat, because insulin is released when we eat something, and insulin tells us to store fat rather than use our body fat. So if we're never giving our insulin a chance to come down, then we're never going to be tapping into our fat storage to be able to burn that and utilize it as fuel. So it's one of the reasons it's important to give yourself a break in between eating. It's okay to feel hungry sometimes. I think we're always so afraid that we're going to feel hungry. You shouldn't be starving all the time. I'm certainly not saying that, but there's no emergency in hunger, right? We're not going to die if we're hungry. So it's okay to have a meal and to go a few hours, maybe even without a snack. I mean, it depends on your goals and your body, but it's okay, and maybe feel hungry again and then eat. So I teach you to kind of calibrate your hunger levels so you know, like, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, here's how hungry I am, and when I get to this level, I should eat, and when I get to this level of fullness, that would be a good time to stop. And once you calibrate out your hunger scale, and that can only be done after we address your hormones, then you are, basically the weight part just takes care of itself. And a lot of the health issues take care of themselves as well, because if you're carrying excess weight, it's a very good indication that you are also inflamed. So a whole myriad of other comorbidities that you're experiencing, whether it is inflammation in some ways, skin issues, allergies, even some autoimmune things, all those types of things will often either improve or maybe even go away once you're taking care of the underlying issues that are causing the excess weight also. So you're killing multiple birds with one stone. That's a horrible metaphor, but you're killing many birds with one stone, and we're sticking to the basics, because I don't believe that you should be diving deep into these things and making all these crazy, crazy changes if we can just do the minimal amount of effort and get the maximum amount of results out of that, right? Why don't we just try the basics, the foundations, get really good at that, get really consistent at those, and then see and let that do the work for you. And then if we need to dive deeper into something, we can do that as well. So that's making your hormones work for you. So that's the third component. The fourth component of any successful weight loss program or coach is going to be making your fitness work for you. So here's the news, guys. Fitness is actually a kind of small part of the big picture when you're talking about weight loss. It's a great tool to have, but it should not be your only tool. And I hear so many people telling me, if I ask them, what happens, or why are you this way? And immediately they're like, well, I don't work out enough. I don't work out at all. I don't work out. That comes up really often. But I'm here to tell you that your fitness level does not have as much to do with your weight and your weight gain or your weight loss as you think. It's still very important. I still really believe in it, and it's more of a tool for good health than it is for weight loss. It helps with weight loss, of course, but not nearly as much as most people think. If I had to put a number on it, I'd say it'd be anywhere between like 80-20 or 90-10 as far as like nutrition, lifestyle, and fitness. It's really a small component, but still something to visit. We got to make your fitness work for you, because if you are working out, let's say, an hour every day, but you have no time to prepare your food, so you're stopping off at a fast food place or something, you've got that all backwards. It's way better to cut your workouts down and give yourself time to prepare some healthy food. It doesn't have to be a lot of time, but we got to prioritize things here and work with your time. So I'm not a life coach, so to speak, but a lot of times my clients will say, I feel like you're my life coach, I feel like you're my therapist, because look, it's like a puzzle. We got to fit everything together and make it work for you. We got to get you to your goals finally, and we got to get you to maintain it. Sorry about the noise. And so we'll go anywhere we need to go to make that work for you. And a lot of times time struggles are big for us, right? I have so many time struggles. If you're balancing work or being a mom or all of the above, there's a lot that goes on. So we do dive into your schedule and where we can find extra room. It's like we're buying back time. We're getting this time that you didn't even know you had in order to fit in that quick workout. It doesn't have to be a long workout. In fact, in my program, I let you choose every day. So the fitness portion of my program, you get a choice of 4 different things every day. It'll come up on your screen and you pick. You either want the full workout, so that is if you have access to a gym and you want the full workout with all the equipment, and you go through and you see the videos of everything. It's all there for you, right? And it's custom for you for all of your injuries and all of that. The second option for the fitness is if you want the home version. So this is for you if you want to work out at home, or if you have limited equipment, you can work out at a park, wherever, but you've got limited equipment, and so that's the home version. The third option is the quick version. So this is like, I don't even have time, Tara, for the full 40, 45-minute workout. I want like the 20-minute workout. I got to get it done real quick today. So you pick that one. And then the fourth option is doing your own thing. So this is for you if you decide you want to go to a yoga class on a Saturday morning instead of doing that workout that I had scheduled for you, or you want to take a hike, or you want to do a really quick like HIIT workout, high intensity interval training. Inside my private Facebook group called Lean In with Tara Allen Health, every Friday I give a workout like that, something that's quick. It's typically less than 30 minutes, sometimes even less than 10 minutes, and it's a full body workout that you can do fast. So maybe you'll choose one time that you want to do that workout instead of the one that I've sent to you through the app. So that's up to you, but that's how we do with the fitness portion. The main thing is that you're doing something, you're challenging your muscles, and it's not even the amount of calories you're burning in the session, because like I said, that's a very small percentage. It's just that you're consistently moving your body in a way that's challenging you. And after that, it's up to you. If you tell me, Tara, I want to do Pilates every day, sure. Tara, I like to go running, sure. You tell me what you like to do, and we can find a way to make that work for you. It's not so much what you're doing, it's just the fact that you're doing something. So we make the fitness work for you. It should be fun, because the truth is, if it's not fun, you're not going to keep doing it. And we want you to keep doing it. We want something that's going to be sustainable. So the fifth component of any successful weight loss program or coach is going to be to make your lifestyle work for you. So we do address things like sleep and how sleep affects your weight. We do address things like your overall stress levels and learning how to be more mindful. We talk, we'll touch upon things like meditation, that type of thing. It's not a huge focus when we're working together unless you want it to be a huge focus. If it's something that you really want to go deeper on, then we'll do that. But you need to make sure that any weight loss program or coach that you choose is going to address making your lifestyle work for you, because it's has a huge impact on your results. And then the sixth component of any successful weight loss or program or coach is accountability. So you need somebody to keep showing up for you even when you don't want to show up for yourself. I'm not saying somebody needs to be like yelling in your ear, like get out of bed, do this now. It doesn't have to be like that. It can be really gentle, but it's consistency, it's persistency, it's that compassion and that kindness for you, because it's not kind to just do whatever you want, right? Sometimes we think, we need to be kind to ourselves, so I'm just going to eat this whole bag of Oreos. That's not kind. Think about the way that you might treat a small child. You're not going to be like, I want to be really kind to you. You can just eat this whole bag of Oreos, right? You're going to say, I'm going to be really kind to you, you can't do that. It's not good for you. So there's that balance of like grit and grace for yourself, and you're going to get really good at practicing that. And you need that accountability from somebody else who's going to show up for you, who's going to recognize when maybe you've gone MIA for a day or two, and just kind of pull you back up, find out what's going on, and get you right back on track. Because not every day has to be perfect at all. It's really just about being consistent and keep showing up in the best way that you can. And one day, the best that you can do might be a 5-minute walk and getting in 2 servings of vegetables that day. I don't know. We'll figure out what your minimum baseline is. Like, okay, on the worst of worst days, what do I want to still make sure I do? And maybe it's a 5-minute walk. Maybe you're a little bit more advanced than that. I don't know. But we're going to make sure that no matter what illnesses come up, no matter what holidays, no matter if you're working extra long hours or the kids get sick, no matter what, we're going to make sure that we've got different metrics that, on those type of days, you let yourself off the hook a little bit, but you still show up in some way. You're choosing what you're going to do. You're not reacting to the day. You're not like being controlled by the day. You're taking control of the day. And that might mean that you say, I'm going to back off my workout today. I don't really have the time, or I'm not feeling well. But then you kind of do something else to make up for it. You do an extra, you get extra sleep that night or something, but you're making that choice to do something that's going to show up in your results. It's important to also be patient because the results are not going to come right away, and they're going to not come like in a linear way. You're not going to always get results. You'll have moments where you get big results, certain weeks that you're like, whoa, where did that come from? And it's going to feel like the results were even more than the effort you put in. But there's going to be plenty of days and weeks that you're not going to be happy with the pace of the results. That's just the nature of this. And you have to be patient anyway. You have to know that whatever you're doing today will show up for you at some point in the future, even if it's not tomorrow or the next day. It'll be there at some point. So that's one of the reasons why an accountability person really comes into play, because on those days that you're feeling really discouraged, you need somebody to remind you of the big picture and your goals and why you're doing this in the first place, so that you really stay on track. It's amazing. I can talk to somebody and they can be feeling so down on themselves, and just in a conversation quickly, it can even be over the app, over the email, just to kind of reframe it and be like, wait, but how far did you come? Do you remember what you did? Or do you remember that you did drop 5 pounds last week, and just because you didn't lose any weight this week, you lost 5 pounds last week? Let's celebrate the things that have happened. If you really are at a plateau, let's figure it out and get you more results in the future. So that's it. So I'm going to just recap real quickly. 6 components you need. If you're working with me, that's one thing, but if you're going to go off and you're going to find another weight loss coach or program, you need to make sure that it has these 6 components for you to be really successful in the long term. Discovery. That's your goals, your feelings, why you got this way, where you're at right now, all of those things. So it needs to have some discovery. That's the tough stuff. That's the stuff that people don't want to talk about. That's the stuff that if people aren't comfortable, even coaches, they won't go there with you, but you deserve somebody to go there with you. Second component is to make your fuel work for you. So that's all of that nutrition stuff, information, how it affects your body specifically. That's the individuality. Number 3 is to make your hormones work for you. They should be at the very least addressing insulin, cortisol, ghrelin, and leptin. What they are, what they do, how you can make them change so that they, you're not hungry all the time, so that you're not storing extra belly fat, so that you're not insulin resistant, that type of thing. Number 4, making your fitness work for you. So this is really individualized. This is finding something you love, finding something that's fun, and finding something that really fits into your schedule, along with showing you how to do it, right? They can't just let you go on your own. They need to show you how to do it step by step. Like, how do I do a squat? Show me the real proper form. Okay. The 5th component is making your lifestyle work for you. So at the minimum, they should be addressing sleep and stress for sure. And then the 6th component of any successful weight loss program or coach is the accountability piece. Are they checking in with you regularly? I check in with my clients every day. It's not on the phone. It's an all online program, which I find introverts really love because we never really have to talk, but they're getting all of the coaching, and it's a simple check yes, I did this, yes, I didn't, show up here, whatever. It's very quick. It's like less than 20 seconds of accountability, but I know if they're staying on track. So I know if they are kind of like dropping off, and we've already discussed how they want me to show up for them if they do, like, hey, if that happens, do you want me to text you? Do you want me to email you or whatever? It doesn't really matter the form that we're using to get, in contact, but it just matters that there's that accountability piece, because you will have days that you're discouraged and you will need somebody to notice and be there for you, a really good support person. Okay, so those are 6 components. If you have any questions for me, drop them in the comments. And after I'm done with this video, I'm going to post a little link to my coaching program if you want to read a little bit more about it. It's individualized, it's one-on-one, it's called Pioneer Nutrition and Fitness Coaching. I will drop a link here. And the only thing that's not in that link for you to know is that this is brand new, but I now offer monthly payment plans for all of the programs. So whether you commit to 3 months, 6 months, or the full 12 months, there's payment plans for all of it. So you guys have been asking me for it, and I decided that was reasonable, and I made that happen for you guys. So that's the only thing. It's not on the link yet, but it is available for all of it. So I hope you have a great Wednesday. It's so nice here in New York. It's like low humidity, sunshine, beautiful. So I hope it's just as nice wherever you are, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.